ها؟ صار خلاص.
بسرعة.
Hello and welcome to our class, Envisioning Sustainability at the Tell College of Global Sustainability. As you can tell, I'm actually standing by the real Great Pyramid of Cairo in Giza, in Egypt. But in our class, we're going to be working on ways to give the illusion that we're standing anywhere in the world, whether at the Great Pyramids or on Mars, because the magic of cinema can now be brought to bear to envision what our possible futures could be, what our pasts were like, and how we can make the present more and more sustainable. That's the purpose of this course. You ever dream of becoming a National Geographic explorer, or a National Geographic producer or director, filmmaker, camera person? This is what this course is really about. As a National Geographic explorer myself, I've had the privilege of working with some of National Geographic's great photographers and cinematographers and directors and producers and people in the field and people in the studio. And I've learned a trick or two that I'd like to teach you so that we can all tell better stories about what it really means to be a civilization that has endurance, that'll last, unlike this one, which collapsed. We know why civilizations collapsed in the past. It was always because we human beings, in our hubris and our arrogance, failed to consider the living systems that subtend and support all life on Earth. And without a deep ecological consciousness, we tended to overshoot. Well, right now, our civilization, our global civilization, is way past overshoot. And with global warming threatening coastal cities all over the world, it's only a matter of time before the places that you love most, whether it's Rome or Paris or New York or Tokyo or Tampa or Miami, ends up like this. Unless we act fast. We're clever animals. We've learned a lot, but the story we've been telling ourselves so far is that this boom and bust cycle is inevitable. We've reminded ourselves that those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it, and then we've failed to learn, and then we've repeated it. Civilizations have risen, civilizations have fell. But what if we change the story? What if we, collectively, we the people, write the new narrative with a happy ending, where civilization continues to grow in organic ways, not in the gross national product way, the GDP, gross domestic product way that measures failure as much as success and then makes those calculations the number that defines greatness, but in terms of the steady state economy of economists like Kenneth Goulding, of Herman Daly. What if we were to take seriously the ideas of Nicholas Georgescu-Roegen in his Economics and the Law of Entropy, and understand that we live within a system, a cosmic system, that does have limits, that does have planetary boundaries. But once we understand those boundaries, and once we set ourselves to the task of living within the limits that are set by nature, limits we haven't yet fully discovered, we can continue to grow not by filling the Earth, but by filling space. We built pyramids as high as we could, but now, besides building skyscrapers, we're leaving the planet Earth itself and moving on to other bodies in space. And we can do so sustainably. But we have to have a story, and that's what Envisioning Sustainability is about. We want you to look at the past through this course, look at the present, see its deficiencies, and then envision or imagine all the possible futures that we can play through, that we can simulate, until we can arrive at one or more desirable futures, at one or more utopias. That is the mandate, that is the belief that we have in this course.